Hi, good evening to everyone. Welcome to AMK channel. Today, let's talk about routine equipments, instruments, and its maintenance in hospital sector. Let's see about introduction. Instruments represent a significant material assets within the overall investment of a hospital. The care and maintenance that these instruments receives is critical to their performance during surgery and the containment efforts of each hospital authority. Having made the investment in quality, the authority can expect several years of trouble free use if the operator utilizes the proper techniques during use, care, and handling of surgical instruments. So, instruments represent a significant material. That means a specialized significant a feature or features is separated to each and every equipment. We know that. Hmm? So every equipment is a special feature containing a special feature. Suppose, for example, in emergency ICUs, you can use the multi multi-channel parameter monitors you are using in ICUs and emergency casualties uh, in hospital field. So, when compared to a normal monitor, that is the pulse oximeter, and it is multi-channel parameter is two parameters is pulse, oxygen levels, and heart rate. And when compared to the other equipment, that is the multi-channel parameter, it is containing temperature, heart rate, pulse rate, BP, and that means blood pressure, saturations, and respiratory rate. These are the special significant feature is having each and every equipment. It's based on the investment of the hospital. For example, we are purchasing multi-channel parameter monitor is having approximately roughly 90,000 rupees. Some hospitals is less investment, that is the 20,000, 30,000 will be investment for purchasing of the monitors, and that too it is very different when multi-channel parameter monitor and two channel pulse oximeters. So that is the very important of the investment of cost into purchase of the equipments. In it is based on the different cost in different hospitals. It is very important to maintain the purchasing of what are the equipments we have to purchase. That is, the maintenance is very important. A key role is play in the maintaining of the whole equipment, because we are using a special techniques to handle it. It is a handling in very care. uh, it is in surgical instruments, we are very much to take care of about the surgical instruments. The surgical instruments is made up of some materials that is the we have to take first one, stainless steel. The stainless steel is used to the uh, instruments in surgical instruments. It is a 400 series of alloy material we have to use in surgical equipments. It is several useful properties it is having, and it can be brought to a very sharp cutting edges which hold will hold this edge through continuous use. It has a high tensile strength enabling it to maintain precisely set jaw approximations. The metal is often referred to as a stainless because of its corrosion resistance qualities. The stainless steel is having some special features, that is the corrosion resistance. The stainless steel is resistance to the corrosion qualities. It is usually has a chromium content of 11.5% to the 18% of stainless steel is having, so which is gives the steel some of the stainless steel characteristics, and the percentage of carbon gives the various hardness. The carbon gives various hardness required for maintaining the sharp edges on instruments. This means the stainless steel used in the surgical equipments like scissors and forceps and needles and surgical kidney trays and laparoscopic equipments and blades. These are all made up of stainless steel, so it is mainly series of 400 alloy material which will be it can be used in the stainless steel equipments for surgical instruments, and it contains also some features like corrosion resistance qualities. Corrosion resistance qualities, it is has chromium content is 11.5 to 18% is present, and carbon gives the hardness of the instrument uh, to handle in sometimes that surgical instruments is slipping down, then it is maintains some hardness, so there is no damage for instrument. Next, comprehensive instrument care program. The simple four step is there. Solutions to instrument care. We are take about the care in operating instruments. That instruments will be very clean and disinfecting, and a lubrication, inspections, and sterilization. Sterilizations is play a key role in the surgical instruments. The sterilization methods is various types of sterilizations we are done. That is ETO sterilization, autoclave method sterilization, and vapor type of sterilization, and tablet form of sterilization methods, and Savlan solutions. Some disinfecting solutions we have to use it in the sterilization process of the surgical instruments. What are the uses of sterilization of surgical instrument? Major benefits the sterilization of the equipment: decreasing the pathogenic infections, the number of non-sterilized bacteria living on a surface, and preventing of the corrosions of expensive and highly precise tools that intricate functional pieces, and preventing of the corrosions is expensive is highly precise, and removing the breeding ground of for the surviving of germs, and the ensures of the safe transport of equipment which needs to be packed and assembled for sterilization or disinfection. The proper sterilization and disinfection, safe use of non-invasive and invasive medical devices can be ensured. Main importance of this sterilization is killings of germs that could harm a patient if their doctor uses contaminated equipment. It also gets rid of any excess blood or other foreign particles that the equipment could leave behind Depending on who these unseen particulates belonged to, there could be some dire consequence for the next patient. So we have to take utmost care. As a bonus, the sterilization process can be prevent corrosion over time as well. This is incredibly valuable when the equipment in question is expensive to fix or replace. Heal the most process of disinfecting equipment are extensive. None of the none of them is perfect bioburden, which is the measure of microbes that remain on sterilized surface, is still an issue regardless of what stays behind. The disinfecting helps limit the area where these surviving germs can breed. This is the importance of the sterilization process in surgical instruments. Identification of the problems. Procedures should be presented in as much detail as possible, listening varies step of the procedure and the equipment supplies to be used. Never use shortcuts when caring for instruments. The result could be costly to put right when rusting, staining, and corrosion happen as a result. Be aware that rusting of one instrument does not necessarily identify your problem totally. There, there are many modern alloys, so called stainless steels, in use today, but even these can rust through the transfer of rust particles from non stainless steel items. So we have to take utmost care in stainless steel. Whenever we are transporting the surgical instruments from the one place to another place by transporting or by handling, uh, the equipment is shifting from the sterilization room to operation theater or emergency casualty rooms, we have to maintain some sterility. So sometimes the stainless steel also contaminated with the non-stainless steel equipments with like corrosions. So we have main goal is preventing of the problems of corrosions from stainless steel. Many instrument problems such as corrosions on blades, boxes, joints, and between two moving surfaces can usually be attributed to one or more the following problems: inadequate cleaning and drying immediately after use, corrosive sterilizing solutions, or too long as exposure to sterilizing solutions, ordinary tap water rather than demineralized or distilled water in the cleaning and sterilizing process, incorrect detergents being used, some fault within the autoclave. This means inadequate cleaning and drying immediately after use. This means, for example, the surgery will be completed at 10 o'clock. That before we are using some instruments for surgery, the cleaning process will be late. After the surgery will be completed at 10 p.m. The cleaning process will be done by the hospital staff like 11:30 or 12 p.m. So there is a gap between cleaning of the equipments. So there may be chances of infection. So it is very important to sterilization process and identification of the problems of the sterilizing procedures and corrosive sterilization solutions. Two langanese exposure sterilizing solutions. The sterilizing solutions exposure to long time in for equipments it causes corrosions, so it will be prevented. And do not use tap water or demineralized water or distilled water in the cleaning or sterilizing process. You have to must and should use purified and sterilized water, or you can use for sterilizing process for surgical instruments. And do not use other brands local brands of detergent solutions for sterilizing process. And autoclave is very important. Sometimes the autoclave will be fault, then it will be happen. And we talk about what is an equipment maintenance log. It is very important whenever we have to purchase equipments for hospital purpose. The equipment maintenance log is a simple document that contains a list of all actions that have been performed on a certain piece of equipment. It helps keep track of the maintenance of the equipment's history. It generally contains the following two different sections, each containing different types of information. Gather general information first of all. The first section has to do with the general information. This information is used to identify the piece of equipment. It most commonly includes name of the equipment or model or manufacturing, a serial number and location, and person responsible for equipment. These are the information should be maintained in the logbook. Some equipment maintenance logs also includes purchase date, purchase price, expiry date, and manufacturing date in this section. Of the maintenance of actions, the second section lists all the maintenance sections performed on the equipment. It commonly includes the following fields: date when the action was performed, description of the action itself, name of the person performing the action, and lastly some logs also includes a remarks section. This section is useful in case of the person performing the maintenance might have any special notes add for future reference. See here, the logbook will be like name of equipment, serial number, purchase date, location, manufacturing or model, and person responsible for equipment, and date in service, and description of the maintenance and maintenance performed by whom, and additional notes. We have to maintain this all the information in the logbook. So it is the important of the maintaining of the log. Why is the equipment maintenance log important? To know the cost of equipment in future, some you have to reference to know the cost of equipment and easy access to the company, and to claim warranty of the insurance at the needed time. A complete and consistent record of everything, including repair schedules, usage logs, and maintenance records, is very important for the retiring and disposing of the equipment will be, we have to know to maintain the log burn. Thank you.
Please like, share, and subscribe.